Cushman, the legend in the plans. Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans. Not many whose head can understand everything pro wrestling. It can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman. Joining me tonight, my co-host, Derek Shelton. D, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? What's going on?
How you living, B?
I'm living good, brother.
We are here to talk some AEW Dynamite. We are going to run through the card top to bottom. But if you guys are watching us on YouTube, how can you help us out? Do us a favor by, number one, giving that like button a Judas effect for us tonight. Make sure you give it that back elbow. Hit it as many times as you can. Tell a friend about Everything Pro Wrestling. Do what you can. Also, if you are in here, get in the chat, man. We're friendly. Whatever opinions you have, we want to hear them about pro wrestling. And it looks like a lot of people in the chat are having a good one. And this is something that I can enjoy, something I can get behind. So I'm happy that people are enjoying this tonight. With that being said, D, I don't know what else we could say except for the intro. We will start that up for you guys and then get right into the show. Okay, is it going?
Here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Technical difficulties. Thank you, OBS. We greatly appreciate that. And everybody who's listening on the audio portion, thank you guys so much, man. The AEW was back tonight. We had some thoughts about it going live. I'm not here to get into that again this week. It was live. I felt the show was refreshing a little bit more tonight.
It was. You can always tell when a show is live and when a show is taped.
Well, what's the difference for you?
For me, it looks different. Aesthetically, visually, it looks completely different. Like if it's taped, I feel like I'm watching a rerun. I don't know what it is, but like you get like that real feel. Like, okay, I completely forgot that this was a live event tonight. So when I asked you, I'm like, yo, are they outside? Like, where are they at? And I'm like, this looks super weird. Like, it looks different.
It was just... Is unexpected the right word we want to use? I don't know. It just felt refreshing tonight. Yeah. It didn't feel like we were watching a bunch of matches that were taped. Yeah. You had that feeling before, so I definitely get you when it comes to that. Now, we got some people in the live chat. Got to give a shout out to my man, Original Biggie, OB1. What's going on, Original Biggie? Donnie's in the house. He said this was an awesome show. Rob, what's going on, good sir? Good to have you guys in here. Chris DeZuba. You two got to cut the Dark Order shit out. There's emojis popping up. I don't know what's up with you two with that. Cut it out. Sick. What's going on, brother? Good to have you in the house. Shout out to everybody who's a mod, too, in the chat. Appreciate you guys for doing that for me. Jesus De Leon. What's going on, Jesus? And Connor is in the house as well. What's happening? Sonny Bimbo. What's going on? AEW golf carts are on sale in the AEW store. My man, Sonny. Sonny, you are the best for that one, bro. Yeah, dude, AEW was back tonight. They were in Daly's place, Jacksonville, Florida, Derek's favorite place in the world, Florida, and
absolutely not.
When it comes down to it, they had the announce team back. We had JR back, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. I gave JR a compliment that he started ruining it slowly but surely tonight. But JR did his thing, though, man. It was good to hear JR back on commentary.
Yeah, you know what? It caught me off guard. I forgot JR was even back for the live show. I forgot Excalibur was back for the live show. I thought it was still Tony Schiavone and Chris Jericho.
Right?
Like I was not expecting it. I'm like, oh, JR's back? Oh, okay.
By God! By God!
$2 steak.
Broken Rockstar in the chat, what's going on? He said, great show from both companies tonight. Ooh. I like it. This is what we need. Wednesday night is the night for professional wrestling. Like, I don't try and tout myself, but I know what I'm talking about. Wednesday night is the best night for wrestling. It ain't Mondays anymore. It's never been Fridays.
No. Yeah.
So, it's just, this is it, man. If you want to see the best, tune in.
This is what you got.
Let's talk about AEW Dynamite for tonight. We started off with a nice opening contest. We had the bad boy of professional wrestling, Mr. Joey Janela, taking on Wrestling Has More Than One Royal Family. Cody Rhodes, back with the pyro and all that good shit. Yep. This was an interesting matchup. I like that they brought this up. Like, why would Cody take a match now that he knows he's in the finals? Shouldn't he be preparing for it? And he said he didn't want to get rusty in the ring. He felt he needs to be at his best, so he wanted to compete against somebody who was really good. So he put over Joey Janela at the same time, and he basically helped Lance Archer's case as well. So Cody did all the right things here for this one. Original Biggie. Go ahead, you can say it for JR one time.
Not the damn Dippin' Dots!
Yeah, dude. Man, Rockstar, good vibes from that, man. Wednesday is wrestling. Chris, you are 100% correct on that, good sir. Joey Janela, Cody Rhodes, though, D. What do you think what they've been doing with Joey Janela, I guess, is the first thing we could talk about.
I feel like Joey Janela's been getting a low-key push.
Oh, do you think so? See, I think he feels like he's held back. I feel like he's in that, like, Kip Sabian level.
But you know what? He I think ever since that rant that he had on Twitter where he was saying
I'm not being used
and everything, then he started popping up a little bit more than normal, and then the matches that he would show up in, the matches have been good matches. So I think this elevated him, like you said earlier, that this elevated him to a top mid-card person, you know what I mean? So I can see Joey Janela a top of the mid card just solely off of his work, because he is a great wrestler. He's definitely a great wrestler. He's great on the mic. You know, he's a great performer. There's nothing I could take away from him.
No, Joey definitely always delivers, in my opinion. It's weird because I think tonight justified why Joey is where he is, but I still think that there's growth for him coming. Yeah. Because Joey Janela does so many things well, but I did see one or two mistakes tonight that I was just like, I can't really hold that against him. And if you don't watch for a long time, you might have just said, oh, that looked a little awkward, but whatever. Joey Janela is great. Like, when this dude does an elbow drop, I get like Shawn Michaels vibes. Like, he can hit that really nice. And I think he's really starting to show he's more than a hardcore wrestler. And I know a lot of fans don't know that, but I think fans that don't know about Joey Janela will assume that. And a big shout out, we've had 2 new subscribers. Shout out to Vanguard. Hopefully that's not Vanguard 1 following us, because we might be in trouble. And Justin Davis also subscribed. So we've got a lot of new people subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it, guys. We're actually really close to becoming a YouTube partnership, so you guys may see the commercial starting to pop up soon. But I appreciate you guys. Listen, I'm not going to try and bombard you with too many of them. I know what's important, and I do know how to listen to my audience, unlike some other places. So I will do my best with that. Let's get into this, though, D. We saw an amazing moonsault from Cody Rhodes on the outside is the first thing I want to talk about here.
Yeah, he hit a good moonsault. I had me scared a little bit because, you know, Cody doesn't really have a good history with the moonsault.
So with Cody's moonsault, dude, it reminds me of Kurt Angle. It's high elevation, but when he comes down,
he comes down.
Yeah, dude, like you might get your arm broke. Like, remember when Kurt Angle broke Bob Holly's arm? I think that same thing every time I see it happen with Cody.
Every single time. Every time he does a moonsault, I cringe. I'm like, please let this be good. Please do not let anybody get hurt, because he, just like Kurt Angle, he comes down like a ton of bricks. It's just like, whoo, and then it's just like, whoo. I was like, Don't kill anybody, bro.
Big shout out to Rob saying no more F-bombs, D, once that happens. We'll work on it. Yeah, until the next bad pay-per-view. You know how he gets down. Truly, the Ace has joined us also in the chat. What's going on, Truly? My man Beans is in the house. What's going on, Beans Entertainment? Good stuff, good stuff. First time I've seen the Otis subscribe dance. That's great. There's plenty of them, guys. If you guys donate and stuff, you'll see different things pop up. I got them set up already. And I'll change them eventually once you guys have seen them a million times. But I'm glad that you like that. Thank you. Six said last time Cody jumped off a high place with a moonsault, he broke a toe. Dude's always bringing something with those moonsaults. Yeah, dude. Or I'm sorry, breaking something with those moonsaults.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He landed perfectly tonight though. Like he did it like crooked style a little bit.
Yeah,
but he hit it and it looked good, man.
I think that's a visual thing. Like he has to, in order for him to do a moonsault, he has to be able to see where he's going.
Mm-hmm. Because he probably doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's trying to be safe.
Right.
At the same time, they tried to do a really cool spot where Joey went into the place where the ramp meets the apron, and like I think he was supposed to springboard off of it and then get caught by Cody or something, but it just didn't work. Like he couldn't get up enough, and that's what I was talking about with the weird part with it. Not a big deal though. Cody and him recover. They get into it a little bit. Cody had a beautiful disaster kick. I know it's called Beautiful Disaster now, but dude, lovely, on point, on money. These guys did the damn thing here. Cody goes in, hits that Cody cutter. I'm kind of digging that move. I figure it's got to be a tribute for DDP, Diamond Dallas Page.
I would assume.
It looks good though when they do that move as well. And Cody Rhodes catches your boy Joey Janela in the crossroads for the 1, 2, 3. Cody picks up the win here. Needs the victory. He's in the TNT Championship Tournament finals. I was cool with that.
And then he shook Joey Janela's hand at the end of the match. Basically, saying thank you for a good match. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I feel the way that I feel about Joey Janela getting pushed through the mid card.
Yeah, Joey's going to see better things, I think, in his future. I think Joey's going to be one of those people in the TNT title mix.
Yes.
Eventually. Not mad at it at all. But let's keep moving on here. Let's talk about Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose has been gone for quite some time. She's been the AEW Women's Champion for, what did it say, 84 days? 83 days? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And Nyla Rose has been gone. She gets this great video package. They kind of touted the Nyla Rose Rio match as the greatest AEW Women's Championship match. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Did we have this conversation before? Did you like the second one better or the first one?
The second one was what?
When Nyla wins the belt and then the other one was when Rio wins.
I liked the first one
better.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that one. I know a lot of people tout the second one. I
mean, that's because you had a lot of players in it, and then a lot of things happen. So a lot of people like chaos, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it wasn't bad chaos. It was organized chaos, but for me, I like to see the one-on-ones when it comes to a title match.
Yeah, and Nyla Rose gets the video package. Lots of things happen. They show her just squashing everybody since then. And Nyla Rose has been a dominant figure in AEW. I think she's been greatly missed. Like, with this whole pandemic or whatever you want to call it that's been going on, people have been unable to get their shine on. And I think it's really affected the Double or Nothing card, the build, and how everything's been happening with this. And during Nyla Rose's entrance, Tony Schiavone steps to the side to get a few words in with her. And Nyla Rose bullies the shit out of Tony Schiavone, saying, "Oh, now you want to come talk to me? Get your ass over there and go do your job."
Exactly.
Nyla Rose gets into the ring with Kenzie Page. D, what'd you think of Kenzie Page? KPH she had on her attire tonight. So if anybody knows what that stands for or what that is, let me know.
I like Kenzie Page. This is the still growing trend of let's bring our new talent to, and this is new talent that actually got brought to a live show.
I think that they're looking for talent to see who can we sign for this women's division too.
And right now, I think they're in a good position to not solidify it, but make it a whole lot better than it was, because you signed two brand new women, right? And they both show improved.
I think Anna Jay was a good signing. Chris Statlander. I think if you show off enough, you should be able to at least get brought back or get signed from this. So there's an opportunity. So any women on the independent scene, if you get a chance to get a match in AEW, you show out, they might let you get that contract. They might let you do something.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like Kenzie Page, we haven't seen her up until this time, and then this time that we saw her, she got a match with Nyla Rose on a live event.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see Kenzie Page in this one. We may never see her again with the way I described this match. Nyla Rose hits a senton Jeff Hardy-like bomb on her. Kenzie held her leg. I don't know if she got caught or what, but there was a lot of girth that came down with that.
Yeah.
And she ate 3 power bombs, and Nyla Rose picks up the win. Nyla Rose needed this dub. I think Kenzie Page made her look good. She really didn't stand out too much, but she bumped well. Didn't need to do. She did everything right.
She definitely sold all the big moves. She definitely sold all the big moves, and like just like with the swanton, where she grabbed her leg, but like she kind of froze there. Like, oh shit, that hurt. But with her selling all the moves and stuff like that, Kenzie Page, I applaud you. I look forward to seeing more of you. I hope they give you another shot so that we can see how well you can do.
They're taping another show too tonight, so I think it's going to be one live tape.
Okay.
For the rest of the time, at least till Double or Nothing. Let's go in and see what the chat was saying about this. Chris Zuba said he did not care for this match. Rob said the second match was better to him between Nyla Rose and Rio. But he also said Sheeta better get the belt next. We'll probably get into that later on once it's closer to who's getting the number 1 contendership. Right. But it looks like Sheeta's next in line as things are right now. Six said, it was the best women's title match so far. We'll be saying the same thing for a different title match in the next month or so. Company isn't even a year old yet, which is crazy. This is true, Sick. Truly the Ace says, Cody does a phenomenal moonsault. Almost has it better than Christopher Daniels. That's tough, because Daniels' move is the BME, the best moonsault ever. Gino Morgan TV asks, is Double or Nothing still $50? As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
Unless you're international, then it's $20, I believe, on Fight. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's 20. Truly the Ace says Fatal 4-Way next week. Yes, we'll get into that later on. And what's going on, PR? Good to have you in here.
PR.
Good to have you in here, my brother. D, let's talk about this MJF segment. This dude shit talked about being 24 years old. I could feel hairs falling out my head when he was talking, dude. MJF is a great shit talker. Like, one of the best in the game, bro.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from him. With the ability to stay in character and not break the character outside of wrestling, that takes a lot of talent. A lot of dedication.
I don't understand it, dude. This dude went on a major rant talking about the whole comparing himself to Rock, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, and he basically said he's better than all of them, and he is a prodigy, was it?
Yeah, prodigy.
Dude, 24 years old, this kid is talking wild shit. I think this dude is going to be our world champion. Air quotes. You hear those fingers cracking on D? Dang. Ugh. Yeah, he said 50. Good Lord. Sick. Yeah, dude, it's just MJF is the shit, man. He did very well with this. He had kind of like a green screen background. They took out his regular chair and put like a king's throne type chair in there. And then he faked an injury. He was like, "Nope, I'm good. Just kidding. The dude just pissed you off throughout this.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to do. Jesus just said MJF is wild. Yeah. That's all I can say, dude. This dude is one of the best shit talkers.
He is.
Go out of your way to find these segments with MJF tonight. You'll just see, man.
Yeah, he puts his money where his mouth is. You can't take.
Didn't he say that in the promo too? And then he kissed his ring.
Yes.
He was like, "Yeah, put the money where the mouth is." And he's like, "You know right where it is." And then he kissed that damn diamond ring that he has on. Bastard. Good promo.
It was a good promo.
It then transitions into Shawn Spears talking about the whole Cody and Dustin thing. Shawn Spears basically called Cody like a coward for not throwing in the towel for his brother. He could have saved his brother, and he let Lance Archer destroy him. It sounds like we're going to get another Shawn Spears-Cody match, I think, before we head to Double or Nothing. This has been a rivalry that's been going on for quite some time here. Hopefully, Shawn Spears can show some fire, maybe get the better of Cody a little bit in this one, but...
I would like to see that.
But it makes no sense, though, for Spears to beat him.
No. I mean, this is something that would have to be later on in AEW. Like, I wouldn't continue this right now until after Cody and Lance Archer wrestle. Or even after the story between them two is over with.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like I said, this has to be setting up for a match on Dynamite for Spears and Cody. They also cut to then ringside where Tony Schiavone is seen by MJF and Shawn Spears. They were stuffing money. They were still like gambling. There was a lot of money being handed off back and forth between these three. Tony Schiavone had that crispy $20 bill in his jacket for mad long and it did not blow away. So I give Tony Schiavone credit.
Money knows where money is, right?
Shout out to my man Tasteless Tony Schiavone. By the way, I have to say this. I let you hear it a day or two ago. I heard Tony Schiavone read the lyrics to My Neck, My Back. Definitely one of the funniest things that I've ever heard in my life. Thank you, Conrad Thompson. Thank you for that.
Definitely hilarious.
So we got MJF, Spears, and Wardlow's in the background, just being the muscle. And they are out here just crap talking Cody, just living it up. They're basically, oh, you're great. No, you're great. Just being heels. MJF has a Burberry facial mask on. Like, what a douche. Just what a douche, man. It is then announced while MJF is drinking his wine or whatever that he is going to be facing Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing. MJF spit nearly that entire drink out.
That was so much spit. Like I don't know how. Like that was like worse than what Triple H does when he comes out.
Yo, MJF practiced that shit. I see a lot of people in the chat. Jesus started this Conrad versus MJF at All Out. Spears needs a W over Cody if that happens. Spears can't beat Cody, though. I think Spears is in the spot he's in. I don't know if they're going to still continue with that. He needs a tag team partner storyline. Maybe. Shawn Spears is up in the air. He's done some great work, though, recently.
He definitely has.
He should be rewarded. CJ versus MJF, sick put, better have my money. Shout out to my 2K when I created myself. That was my theme song. Jesus said, laughing my ass off. Let's see here. Bean says, before all this pandemic stuff, Spears was looking for a partner. Maybe he finds one, and they take on Cody and Dustin in the future. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Not at all.
Truly the Ace said MJF versus Jungle Boy next week. Wait, am I not wrong?
No, it was Jungle Boy.
Shout out to Lauren in the chat. Greatly appreciate you. She said that I would pick up the win against MJF. Six said we don't need MJF spitting out shit during a pandemic, bro. He was fine. He was on the opposite side where nobody was, but he was just trying to be weird. They should give MJF a valet to mistreat and degrade. I was going to make a Wardlow joke, but it's probably not appropriate. Conrad losing by a poke in the eye. Just kidding. Me and MJF have actually had beef before. If you guys weren't following me back in the day, I went to a ESW show. This was probably right before it started. Remember that? With the Lucha Bros? Yep. We got to meet the Lucha Bros, actually. And Lauren, who's in the chat. We all met the Lucha Bros. And MJF was signing autographs. And he said, hey, come here. And I was the first person. He shit-talked me on Twitter about my reviews, like nobody cares what you think. And I was the first person to walk up, and I'm like, do you remember me? He was like, no. I'm like, I'm the dude you were shit-talking on Twitter about my reviews. He was like, oh, I'm sorry about that cue ball. And, he started talking all this wild shit. MJF's a wild dude, man. So he stays in gimmick. And speaking of that, I'm just going to end this by saying MJF's a prick, and we're going to keep it at that. And speaking of pricks, have you guys tried the Lawnmower 3.0 yet? The Lawnmower 3.0 is the excellence of execution for growing grooming for men and women. So listen, if you guys need to get rid of some of those hairs down there, get to clipping. Mm-hmm. We've got the right tools for the family jewels. Now, ladies, this works on you just as well. There is no need to have fears. You guys can buy these too. It's not a problem. Now, I know they offer some things for the fellas, and I would highly recommend that you guys get the top tier package. Get yourself some ball toner. You know, you give it a little spritz, a little spray that right on the old boys, and you know what happens. And you guys know about the crop preserver. You know what the crop is. A little ball deodorant. You put deodorant on under your armpits, right? I hope so. You got to put it down there too. So make sure you guys go to manscaped.com and use our promo code EPWShow. And you guys will save yourself 20% off. Free shipping. Now, you guys can also go to powerslam.tv. Another good sponsor of the show. You guys hear the commercial every week on the audio versions. Powerslam.tv, first month for free. Watch all the indie wrestling you want on your boy. Just put in the code EPW Show. Cool. Now that we got the shilling out of the way, let's get back here to the chat. Rob said Derek versus the pizza bitch had more heat than CJ versus MJF. Yo. That lady, yo. I don't even want to get into that story because me and Derek will go off for like 30 minutes about her, but fuck that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why that place is closed now. She'll never serve pizza again. Jesus said I remember that. What a transition. Six said, yeah, fellas, this product will make your balls smoother than some freshly boiled eggs. Sick, I like it, brother. I like it. Nobody wants Sam Roberts in their pants. Thank you, Chris. You guys are on point tonight, man. Oh, man. What a night. Let's get into this match here. I thought this was kind of the most surprising match of the night that delivered really well. And I shouldn't have been surprised by this, thinking about it now. Frankie Kazarian versus Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion in this one. Daniels and Scorpio Sky accompany their fellow SCU brethren to the ring, and they actually leave and let him wrestle solo tonight for this. And Moxley comes through the crowd like he normally does. This was a hard-hitting match.
It definitely was. I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it at the same time because, you know, it's refreshing to see Frankie, doing what he's supposed to be doing, like
in singles matches.
Because I've never watched him wrestle in a singles match. I've always seen him in tag team matches. So
tell this man he needs to go back and watch the Frankie Kazarian was the you may say no, bro. I'm telling you, Kazarian was the shit in TNA. Mm-hmm. Like he was really good. No. You're missing out, so that's on you.
I'm not missing a thing.
Okay.
Just like Joel Santana said, what the game's been missing, wasn't missing it.
We're really going to quote Joel Santana right now in this podcast.
I'm just saying.
With all due respect to diplomats. J.R. Ryder. Anyway, this Kazarian-Jon Moxley match was hard-hitting.
It was.
This was a match that reminded me of two veterans who just knew what to do. Like, I didn't see any flubs in this one. There was nothing weird. It was just veterans going in there and like, yo, we know what to do. Let's rock this. Let's do our thing.
There were a lot of technical transitions in this match between them. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yes. Guys, quick pause in this. Sidebar. Sick says he wants to hear more about the pizza bitch now. Sick, if you remind me at the end, we will save it for the podcast and tell everyone about pizza bitch real quick. Just remind me, and we'll go on a little miniature rant. Not a full one, but a little miniature one about her. Deal? All right. So, let me see here. Truly the Ace said Derek versus Brodie Lee. The winner will be the leader of the Dark Order once and for all. Yeah, I got Brodie. So,
I got my fans, though.
El Terrible, folks. The terrible. Let's get back to this match, though. The first spot that I remember in this match was the flip onto the entrance ramp.
Yes.
Jon Moxley, that shit was brutal. And I think it set up the Kazarian was kind of getting worn down. He took a pretty nasty spill, grabbing his knee. Yep. Kaz hit a nice unprettier. When's the last time you heard somebody hit the unprettier, bro?
Nobody since
Christian. The kill switch, they changed the name to.
Yeah, kill switch. I actually
What name do you like better?
I like the kill switch.
I like unprettier, though, because like you grab their arms and they can't block it, so your face is getting jacked up.
I guess, but the kill switch just seems like...
It's more a killer name, I guess.
I mean, I get it because, well, in my world, kill switch, you turn off a light, you always flick it down, right? So, putting somebody facing the mat, kill switch, boom.
Connor Devlin, what's going on? Good to have you in here, my brother. I appreciate you. He said he's the new follower, so thank you, Connor, for joining us, my friend.
Definitely.
If you got some thoughts on the show, please leave them. Sick just said, where's Joel Santana now? Just saying, I believe he's in jail for bringing a gun through the airport. Chris DeZuba repping the Dark Order. Derek, go back and watch TNA. I'm telling you, he doesn't know what he's missing, bro. Jesus, Tyler Breeze does. Kill Switch PR said he likes better. Gino Morgan TV said, like your shirt. I don't know if he's talking to me. Oh, you like the cat? Yeah. The Biggie cat? I'm a big Biggie Smalls fan. So if you guys hear us reference rap, huge rap music fans. Let's see here. Yeah, people love it, man. And Connor said how good was Nyla's promo. It was excellent. We talked about that just before this. Wasn't the kill switch the name of Christian's move? So yeah, Sick, it was they changed it to the kill switch when he returned, but previously it was the unprettier.
Yeah, it had 3 names because when they first came out with Gangrel and Edge and the Brood.
Of course, this dude knows some weird ass trivia like this.
At that point in time, it was called the Impaler. Then
yeah, they had to change that.
Then they had to change it to the Unprettier, and then when he returned again for the final run, that's when they called it the Kill Switch.
Yeah, they did really well with this, and like I said, Kaz is somebody who I think a lot of people sleep on. I think he did great though here tonight. I would be singing his praises if I was Tony Khan or whoever is backstage running it from the Dusty position. Like, they did a really good job in this match, these two.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, the match ends when Moxley goes for a roll-up. Like, Kaz collides into the turnbuckle after a lot of those transitions you talked about earlier. He goes for the roll-up. He rolls through it, though, and Moxley hits him with the paradigm shift. 1, 2, 3. What did JR say? Turn on the showers. He's out. Like, he knew he was knocked out. And JR started rambling about Gorilla Monsoon and stuff, too. That was right after I gave him a compliment. Like, JR hasn't been too bad tonight. And then he just started rambling a little bit. But I miss you, JR, so I'm glad you're back.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you're a treasure, so I got to treat you right. Now, afterwards, the Creepers come out. The Dark Order Creepers. And we're all like, what the hell is this? So these fools come out and they start beating down Moxley. And they jump Kaz, too, while he's sitting there. So here comes SCU to help. There's so many of these dudes that they start jumping on SCU as well. There's too many of them to fight off. Even though Scorpio Sky did hit a nice spine buster on one of them.
Yeah, me and Tony Schiavone were definitely on point with that.
At the same time, nice spine buster.
I mean, and then JR came in like, learn from Arn Anderson.
Yeah, dude. I don't get it, dude.
Arn still has the best spine buster in my opinion.
Yeah, no one does it better than Double A. But Scorpio Skies was nice here tonight. So afterwards, SCU eventually they get the beat down too, and then here comes Mr. Brodie Lee. And Brodie Lee comes in, clotheslines Jon Moxley. He's wearing a suit. He looks all right. He was still wearing his wrestling boots, which is kind of weird with the suit. But if Mr. Brodie Lee wants to do that, he can do that, I guess. And afterwards, he challenges Jon Moxley to a match, basically. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what about the rankings and everything else? And I'm going to look to Jesus in the chat. Jesus, let me know if he was in the top 5 before this. Because the top 5 was kind of a smorgasbord for a little bit. Because Cody was number 1. We had all those tapings and everything else. But Moxley did say last week, I believe, that he wants someone to challenge him.
Yeah.
He was asking for a challenger to step up. Brodie Lee has said, I'm stepping up.
But you know what, though? The rebuttal to what people might say, well, what about the rankings? What about the rankings? Well, I mean, technically, Yes. But also...
Brodie Lee's undefeated.
Undefeated, yes. And also Jon Moxley is the champion. So if someone decides to throw out a challenge for him, he can obviously say, sure, why the hell not?
And Jesus just brought it up. Brodie Lee was ranked in the top 5, so he's number 5 or 4.
Okay, then there you go.
I mean, who would be above him? Cody, Kenny Omega, people.
But Kenny's still
tag champ.
Tag champ. So Kenny's not out of the picture per se, but he is out of the picture.
Right. So Brodie also asked Moxley for the title shot. He said, I want a title shot. You going to give it to me? And Jon Moxley said, all you had to do was ask. And then he ate a nasty-ass boot to his face for that afterwards. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting this title match. Now, Derek, you were a big fan of The Shield versus the Wyatt family.
Yes.
How do you feel about this matchup going into it a little bit?
I am excited about this. I feel like this is going to bring back fond memories. Like, this is going to be good. I really hope that it stays one-on-one. Obviously, you know, Mox doesn't have anybody in his corner. But, no, he might have SCU just because SCU has issues with the Dark Order. But I would love to see, like, this would be, like, part 3, technically, of the Wyatt family versus The Shield.
Are you going to put it as part 3? I see this as kind of a new chapter for both of them. Like, they're kind of on their own. They get to do their own thing. I wouldn't compare it. I mean, maybe it's another chapter in their personal wrestling books.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. No, another chapter in their personal wrestling books. But I don't know, dude. I mean, I could see it as a part 3 just because Dean was taken out of that match.
We don't use that name.
Well, no.
I know what you're talking about. Jon Moxley.
Yeah. Moxley was taken out of that match during that match, so he never really got his payback for it. So this would kind of be the payback, but a new beginning.
And you know what? Somebody just brought this up before. Chris DeZuba, I know that I always talk about you two and the whole Dark Order shit, but he said this is a building block for the Dark Order, and I kind of agree, because they got put on the back burner with all of this pandemic shit happening, and they had to wait their turn. And now I think it's past that time, and now it's like, all right, let's get them back on order to where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing a really good job with that.
I think bringing in Brodie Lee now was the best thing that they could have ever done for them.
This is his time to get this title shot, I feel, too. 6-set man, Brodie Lee used to come to the ring in his country dirty shirt. His dress game is an upgrade compared to that. Dude was dressed like a creepy uncle from the South. Jesus said, I think they're saving MJF and Jericho's rematch for when they have fans. Possibly. That wouldn't be a bad idea, Jesus. Connor says that Cody can't fight for the title. Kenny is tag champ, like we brought up before. And he says that, am I the only one who doesn't care for Moxley? I love Jon Moxley, so I don't know how you don't care for him. I think he's great in New Japan. I think he's great here. He deserves the top spot, I think, right now.
Yeah, I mean, here, Connor, the question would be for you is it overexposure to you as to why you don't care for him?
Maybe it's the type of matches he does sometimes too. I know he does like the hardcore style a little bit too.
Right, and your opinion is definitely well deserved. I mean, like that's probably the wrong context, but you know what I mean. Like I welcome the opinion that you have.
Yeah,
because a lot of people can say that. Like for me, I feel like there are a lot of people who are overused, and I get tired of them. Like I don't care for them. Like for instance, I didn't care for Roman Reigns at the time when he was being overused. Like he just kept bringing him out. I'm like, okay.
I'm not getting started on that argument because I'll go off on about it for days. Jesus says that I don't think Lee should beat Moxley though. I don't think Brodie Lee is either. If you guys want an early prediction for right now where I stand, Rockstar agrees with that too. He says Lee's not winning this. 6 said I love Moxley, best version of himself in years. I agree. I think he's more natural in this role now. And he seems happy. Just seems like a happier dude. Like when he talks about wrestling, and he's just in a better place with this.
The energy is there. You can tell the energy and the passion is there again, like it was.
And he said Mox and SCU versus Dark Order Blood and Guts. Well, Blood and Guts is a specific, type of match. So I think they'll have it on that same card, possibly, if they do it beforehand. But I think they're saving that for once fans are back. They're gonna have them lock up then. Let's go to the next part here. We had a Brandy promo. Brandy and Cody cut the similar kind of promos here with this.
Yeah, hers was you could definitely tell the difference. Cody's is more business-like. Brandy's is more like bully.
Nah, Brandy's more like, pardon my French, but bitch. Like she knew she had to put you in your place. And it was like how do I want to put this? A good bitch. Like she was going off for her family and her man. So I respect this promo and where it came from. Brandy crushed it, in my opinion, with this one. They did a really good job setting this up.
She did.
Better than that Nightmare. You know what? The Nightmare Collective promos weren't bad either, in my opinion. The promos were good. It was the shit that happened by the ringside area that you're like, this sucks.
Yeah. I think it was just too much. I think the Nightmare Collective could have worked if there were more women in the women's division, for one, and for two, the Nightmare Collective had to be. To me, it seemed like it was force fed. Because they had to do something else. They had to do something to keep up. They had to do something to keep moving forward. So it was just like, all right, let's give them something. Let's give them this. Let's give them that. Let's give them that. Trying to keep the ratings up. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But I feel like if they had more women in the women's division, I think the Nightmare Collective would have worked out better.
I think that they were trying to flex that shit too much. There were too many changes and stuff wasn't making sense for what they were trying to do. It sucked. That's all I'm gonna say. Fuck it. That shit sucked. Yeah. So I'm glad they pulled the plug on it. This next match though, actually, hold on. Why you bring up those teacher shoes that you keep talking about? Back to the Brandy promo real quick. I like that Brandy kind of referenced when Jake the Snake slapped Miss Elizabeth a little bit. Like she was like, "You're not gonna put your hands on me, and you're not gonna do this to me because I'm gonna fight back." And I was just like, "Okay, she's she's feisty. I like it." Now QT Marshall comes out with Brandy. They're part of the Nightmare tag team. What is it called? I can't. The Natural Nightmares. Yes. Excuse me.
Yes.
QT Marshall with Brandy. Lance Archer comes out with Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake comes out full mask, practicing. Making sure he's not breathing on anybody. Jake's got that raspy voice already, so you don't trust what he's been breathing.
Hell Caesar.
We all knew what was gonna happen to QT in this, right? QT ate the choke slam on the apron.
We can get past that.
Well,
sorry, QT, but we can get past it.
QT basically gets destroyed in this. He eats a blackout. They pull him up, and Lance Archer locks in the claw. They're really trying to put that claw over as something dangerous.
I don't like it.
You don't like the claw?
I feel like the claw has been overused.
By him?
Not by him. Just like other people.
Who?
Just too many, dude.
Dude, I like the claw though as a move. I think it's weird because in Japan that shit's respected, and here it's kind of like you think of Great Khali. That's bullshit though. For Lance, it's not Lance Archer's fault.
Well, honestly, I don't even think of Great Khali when it comes to that. I think of what's the family? Shoot, they were on Dark Side of the Ring.
Who? Von Erichs.
Von Erichs, yeah. That's when I think of the claw. That's what I think of.
Yeah, Texas Tornado. Yeah, listen, I'm not mad at it, but I'm cool that he's bringing it back and he's trying to restore some importance to it. So I could live with that. He gets and usually he beats people with the blackout. The blackout's a cool move to the reverse razor's edge into the power bomb. Afterwards, he hits the claw 1, 2, 3. This bitch Britt Baker in the middle of the match got her shoe thrown by Brandy. That's fine. Leads up to it. And Britt Baker's been hitting Cody with the shoe a lot in the crowd since these shows with the small crowds have been happening. After the match, though, Britt Baker hopped over that gate pretty quick and just delivered a DDT to Brandy and threw her in the ring. Lance Archer drags her into the middle. And Jake the Snake, I don't know where he got this snake from. Thank God he didn't put the real snake on her, if you know what I mean. Don't forget about the Lawnmower 3.0.
Snake Griffin.
So inappropriate. Jake, he pulled out his snake. Why am I so immature? I'm sorry. So Jake pulled out the snake and he put it on top of Brandy, and that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was when Jake like got over her. That looked kind of creepy, bro. Like Jake was like, "Hey, what's going on?" There was some heat here. Like I was kind of pissed when he did that. I was like, "Yo, Jake still got it, bro."
Yeah. Jake is one of the few wrestlers who could still come in, maybe not wrestle, but cut a promo and you get the chills. You get the vibe that he's giving off and you buy into it. When you have people that give off promos like that and you can buy into it, that's what wrestling is, in my opinion.
Man, that was, it was well done. Jake got the heat that he wanted, but I have one question. And live chat, this is the exact same question that I have for all of you. Jake put the snake on Brandy. And I know that they tried to say like the locker room was all the way on the other side. Where the fuck was Cody? You had to know something like this was gonna happen. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to like come off with all the swearing right now, but come on, bro. Cody should have been like, no, I'm gonna be there if something happens to my wife. It's going down.
Right. Yeah.
But that's fine. I get it. It's wrestling. I'm not saying that for that. I'm just saying it for logic purposes. Why wouldn't Cody be there?
The only thing I can say is that Cody, after his match with Joe Janela, he left out.
Right, and they tried to explain that. They said that the locker room's all the way on the other side. They had to be carted all the way over there.
Yeah.
So Cody's probably over there. That was what? We had 2 matches in between then.
Yeah.
Cody didn't make his way back. He didn't mosey his ass on back by then. Slow change, I guess. But just a weird thing that I was wondering, where was Cody? Cody was in the shower, Sick said. Chris Zuba, I think, yelled at me for the F-bomb. I'm sorry, Chris. He was in the showers. He tweeted it. Damn. See, I didn't check Twitter, Connor, so thank you for that. Same, I was like, where was Cody? Like, he's a bitch for not coming. Jesus wrote, splish splash, he was taking a bath. Sick, no, that's a old-timey joke between us. Oh shit, it's no filter about damn time, Conrad. How have you guys never heard me swear?
I'm the one that's taking over for it, so.
This is true. This is true. Yeah. This is just going to add more heat to the match, though. For this Double or Nothing card, really dope.
It is.
Now, live chat, we got to talk about this Double or Nothing card here. Is this going to be worth the $50? I got sent an article earlier today, and I haven't listened to the AEW Unrestricted podcast yet, but I know that Tony Khan had said there was something about losing millions because of this whole pandemic and everything that's happening with it. That sucks for him. Like, I don't want to hear about any businessmen or people losing money. That's not a good thing.
No
hating, bro. Hate-free zone.
No. For the company I work for.
Listen, we're not even gonna have you. This could be recorded one day. You'll be sitting at work. I didn't say that. Is this not you? That image is enhanced.
I have a double.
Yeah, right. Donnie said it was a ball python. Inappropriate, Donnie. Yeah, dude, just weird, man. The whole setup. So, let me know if you guys think that some of the stuff will be worth the $50 that we're starting to talk about with Double or Nothing to you guys too. And maybe more will come into play next week. So maybe that's a question we'll ask going into Dynamite next week. Are you going to pay for the show? Double or Nothing, we find out though, we'll have a casino ladder match. They went through all the other matches that were announced. Apparently MJF and Jungle Boy is next week. Did they not say Double or Nothing though?
I could have sworn they said Double or Nothing.
That's
what it sounded like.
If anybody's on Twitter, let me know what they said. If it was next week on Dynamite or if it's at Double or Nothing for MJF and Jungle Boy. But a casino ladder match, bro.
Sick.
Derek looks like he wants to spill some tea about his job. Sick, if you only knew, bro.
Yeah, if you only knew, sick.
This casino ladder match. What do you... D, this had me hyped, bro. This is like money in the effing bank for AEW. I don't know how many people are going to be in this. JR said we're going to get details next week about it.
I feel like there's going to be a couple people in this match. There has to be. Because it has to be a couple people, or a few people, we'll say. And it has to be for the TNT title. I'm going for the TNT title. I don't think it's for the heavyweight title. I think it's the TNT title that they'll be wrestling for.
What, at the Casino Battle Royal?
Not wrestling.
Or I'm not. I said Casino Battle Royal. The Casino ladder match.
Yeah.
No, they said it's for the world title.
Is it for the world title? I must have missed that.
It said it right on the graphic.
Right.
So I was looking at that. Dude, this is gonna be amazing. Like, I think we're gonna get like one of those Money in the Bank ladder matches that we've been. I don't want to say we're missing it, but I think like there's something important on the line here, and we're gonna see a bunch of people. I assume that we all want to see in that position, possibly get that chance. It's gonna be great. It's just a fun ride. Like, oh, maybe he's about to win it. Oh no, maybe he's about to win it.
Who would you put in that, though?
Throw some names out live, chat. Who do you want to see in that casino ladder match while we're sitting up here thinking about it?
Honestly, I think the number one person that you put in there is Chris Jericho. I'm sorry. It just has to be.
You think Jericho has to be in it?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jericho's owed a rematch.
That's
because he's got to be that other person in between Cody and Kenny before Brodie Lee.
Exactly. So this is the perfect opportunity to say, like, hey, I'm still here. Judas has not left the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you said, I definitely thought of Robin Thicke. Hey. Anyway, random. Blurred lines.
Where has he been?
No one cares. So, I think it's like on a TV show or something.
Oh, doesn't
The Voice? No, I don't know.
Not The Voice. Doesn't he do that one show with Kevin Hart? Like the Beverly Hills dads or like husbands or something like that?
I don't give a shit. Apologies for my language. I know that PR Nightmare wants me to say, what did he say? Oh, fudge nugget. You made me swear. I do say fudge, though. Yes. From a Christmas Story. Oh, fudge. But back to this. So who do we want to see in this? I think Luchasaurus is one of the people that would have to be in this. If Jungle Boy and MJF are having a match at Double or Nothing, Luchasaurus would be my pick to be in here.
Does he deserve it, though?
I'm seeing some good names in here. They said, who did I just see that I really like now? My eyes just jumped. Come on. Scorpio Sky. Jesus is throwing his name out there. I just saw they should have Omega and Paige defend their titles at Double or Nothing. They might, Ace.
They should. If you can get
Darby. Broken Rockstar said Darby Allin.
No.
Yo, dude, this fits his type of match. And this is a redemption that he could go for. You get what I'm saying? He has this contract now, and he's like, what do I have to do to, before he gets that title shot, maybe he's like, I got to beat Cody before I can challenge for the world title. Boom. Leads to the next thing. You could tell stories within this. A lot. Some people are saying Sammy Guevara, Kip Sabian, Dustin Rhodes, Sean Spears, Joey Janela, Brandon Cutler. Jesus. He said, just kidding.
Yeah.
6 said, yeah, Jericho's still owed a rematch. I don't know if they have a rematch clause in AEW, but I feel like Jericho's like been waiting to get one, but he hasn't gotten there yet.
I would say there's a rematch clause, but it's not stated as, a rematch clause. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to repeat this on air because I don't want to get on the Robin Thicke thing, but look what Sick wrote here. Well, I guess I got to read it because now everyone will be wondering. He said, no one cares about someone who cheats on Paula fucking Patton.
I mean, that's true, though. So.
Jesus said Pineapple Pete.
Pineapple, you know what? I agree with that, dude. Pineapple Pete's been getting a lot of burn lately, bro.
You know what? And speaking of matches, they started going through the card for next week. We're gonna find out about that ladder match more next week. But Pineapple Pete is gonna get to face Chris Jericho. My man Suge D is getting the chance to face Jericho. This could be a standout performance for him.
I think it will be.
Me too.
It will be.
Me too. Suge D's been one of the better performers, I think, out of
out of all the newcomers.
He stood out. He's shown personality and shit. I found his YouTube channel and everything from all of this. So, shout out to him, man. MJF retweeted Moxley smells like shit. Rob, get out of here. Connor says, what if Wardlow wins it and then gives it to MJF? Remember when he said that he was looking for a valet? That's exactly something a valet would do. Wardlow's a bad man. You can't have that moment with him. I would hate to see Wardlow do something like that. It'd make him look foolish. But knowing them, hopefully it'll be a storytelling element in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know how much I would buy into it, though.
I don't know why Rob had to write that shit about MJF. That shit just has me laughing. Taz and Darby Allin talk backstage. You feel bad for Darby? What did you think of that segment? Taz was like, I could help you, if you talk to me offline. Darby seems like he still doesn't want to talk about it. You just want to leave it at that? Darby's a dark soul, man. He's not feeling this. I think that he just wants to be kind of left alone for his character right now. And that's perfectly fine. He's a dark soul. I don't want to hear this dude talk and be jovial all the time. Like,
yeah, no, yeah, I'm speechless on this one. Like, I feel like Darby Allin should be. I think he should be plotting his next go round. Honestly,
I hope Jesus says that he hopes that Shug D gets signed. Need to buy a shirt from Conrad. I would consider it. Hopefully the AEW show still happens in July. Because if not, Ticketmaster, I'm gonna need my money back, and we're gonna have some problems. Connor Devlin said, guys, I'm off. It's 4 a.m. here. Laugh out loud, but I'll keep an eye out for more vids. Glad I found just Connor. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you would like.
Definitely come back, Connor.
Yeah, we've got Facebook groups and everything else, so check that link tree when you're bored, man. But Taz and Darby aren't a good fit. I don't see it. No, I don't think he's going to be his manager. Sick. To me, Taz always should have managed someone like Samoa Joe. Yeah. Someone like that, like a big kind of like submission dude.
Or at least mentor.
Yeah, like he needs to be with someone who's like an MMA submission type of person, I feel, or suplex guy. So, yeah, I agree with Sick on that. I don't see that as a good fit with those two. Next week, we also have Brodie Lee versus Christopher Daniels. So, that'll be weird to see them both come out. Hopefully, we get the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, against him. Also, we have the Jurassic Express versus the Best Friends. Marko Stunt will be on the outside of the ring, we have found out. Let's see here. Jake Roberts and Lance Archer will have an interview. Hopefully they'll be talking about the snake. The real snake. We also have a 4-way with the women next week. Sheeta versus Britt Baker, Penelope Ford, and Chris Statlander. This has to be like, who's going to be facing Nyla Rose at Double or Nothing?
I'm looking forward to this match.
So this is where remember when we were talking about Britt Baker previously? Should Britt Baker slide into this spot? I don't even want to speculate on this because I want to watch it next week and just take it all in when it happens, D. But
I'm speculating. Excuse me for the break. I'm speculating. Britt Baker should win so that Sheeta can get her win.
Jesus De Leon just hit it right on the money. Kyra and Derek, would you like to see Taz manage someone like Jeff Cobb?
Yes.
Yes. That's perfect. That's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, that would be perfect, man. Shit. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know what's going to happen with this next week because listen, I think Sheeta's next in line for that title. That's all I'm going to say.
My only issue is if she's next in line, then she has to go on a run. But then you have Nyla Rose, who's had it for 80-some days.
Is that long enough? I hear what you're saying. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Tell a story. Tell a story with the women. That's the one thing I think the division has been missing. There's no story with it.
Right. You have.
I feel like you're searching for the story. Like you're looking like, okay, Nyla Rose has been doing this, so maybe the story is this. We're trying to figure it out. I want you to tell me the story.
Right. Because everybody's got the gimmick, but the gimmick isn't fleshed out through a story. So if you have the story there, then you're in good shape. If you just have the gimmick there, then it's just kind of like, well...
And Jesus seems to be with you. He said he wouldn't mind it being Britt Baker, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, like, if you're going to take the belt off of Nyla Rose, give it to Britt Baker.
And she's been the number one.
Yes.
Once again, not calling her this. She's been a bitch.
Yes.
And she's been doing great heel work.
But if you give it to Britt Baker, then you the way that you could play this off, in my opinion, the way you play this off is that Nyla Rose is overzealous. She is
too confident.
Way too confident, and she's just to the point where she's super confident enough that nobody can beat her, and then Britt Baker takes that confidence away from her.
And I think even towards the end, you could tell a story too of in the ring, Britt Baker kicking out of stuff that you'd be like, what the hell?
Yes.
And Britt Baker could kind of be like, okay, I'm trying to fight back, and then she puts up a valiant effort, but then she doesn't win. And then maybe when people think she's going to turn babyface, she heals right back on them.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely good idea. That was a lot of speculation, I know. But interesting. Let's talk about this main event here, guys. Street fight. We got the Le Sex Gods. Chris Jericho, Le Champion, and I'll let you say it.
The Spanish God.
Sammy Guevara. They're getting ready to take on the team of Kenny Omega and Broken Matt. Let me say this. Broken Matt Hardy came out in some tight-ass leather pants, looking like he was trying to smuggle a banana and 2 grapes. Can't be walking around here like that, Matt. He was looking like he was in the Brood again. Kenny Omega rocking a AEW Revolution shirt and the jeans. Boys really came out here for a street fight.
Right.
The Inner Circle, or Le Sex Gods as this team is called, they came out with Jake Hager with them.
I think they should change that.
What?
Change the Inner Circle to Le Sex Gods.
No, you can't call everybody Le Sex God.
Why not?
Because it's for Sammy. This is Sammy's thing to put him over.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
So, Jericho and Sammy, I guess their team name will be Le Sex Gods. And they come out here, dude, and this is wild. Sammy goes for like a move or near Matt's mouth, and Matt starts biting the shit out of him. Makes perfect sense to me, right? This street fight was off the fucking chain. I'm not gonna lie, this was really good.
This was excellent. This was the best. I gotta say, this has probably been the best street fight in years.
Dude, even in the entrance, I forgot to bring this up. Jericho went over to Pineapple Pete with the baseball bat and started hitting it. That was like perfect. Like next week they're gonna fight each other. So, dude, really smart how they did that too. Just chaos in this match, dude. JR said Devon get the tables. How in the hell did JR say that? He even said, what did he say the other thing? So the two most wild things JR said tonight was Devon get the tables and like tits on a Warhol.
Oh,
he said teats.
Teats on a Warhol, yeah.
I was like, yo, you can't say that on TV. But JR, listen, when you're that old and you've been doing it this long, he don't give a shit. He don't care. Jim Ross was going crazy. Six said this was match of the night for him. Matt Hardy was changing attires during this. Like, he came out as, what was it, like regular Matt Hardy after this?
Yeah, it was regular Matt Hardy. Then
he came out as Damascus.
Yeah.
Dude, wild. So Matt's attire is changing throughout all of this. We get to the backstage area with the golf cart. So Jericho gets hit with the golf cart. Jericho takes like the worst bump. He just throws himself on it and falls back. Comedy. Hilarious. I don't care. They're getting hit with golf carts, right? This is some Here Comes the Pain type shit. Right. And I'm going to talk about video games with this in a second, towards the end. Then, Sammy Guevara. My hands are over my mouth, Britt Baker style, for the Britt Baker challenge. Bro, Sammy Guevara took a jumping bump to get hit by the golf cart by Matt Hardy when he became Broken Matt or Damascus, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, dude, when he took that bump, ooh, dude, I thought he really hit him, like got hit.
Rob, we know his name is Sugar Dunkerton. We know. But Pineapple Pete stuck because Jericho gave him that name.
Exactly.
Suge D. So, yeah, dude, Sammy Guevara leapt into the air. If you guys... I don't know how else to say this. You must go back and watch this. You have to. It's just lunacy throughout the entire thing.
This was an excellent match. If you missed it, you definitely missed out a great match.
I'm trying to remember spots off the top of my head. Dude, when he got Irish whipped into the ATM and then Sammy Guevara had money.
Pulled the money out. Yeah.
This is... Yo, all right, I'm going to do it now. This is what I want from a video game. So whoever's making the AEW video game, if you're out there, if you're listening, I'm talking to you. If you're making a wrestling video game, Virtual Basement, WWE 2K, please don't mess up the next game. If you guys are making a video game...
Well, I mean, they already did. But.
If you are making a video game, this is the shit we want in it.
Yes.
Going into golf carts, hitting people with golf carts, just stupid shit. Throw them into the ATM, money comes out.
That's what made wrestling back in the day.
Dude, it's just simple, wild fun. Dude, at one point in this match, Kenny Omega... So, I'm trying to remember. How did Matt Hardy get taken out? He got powerbombed because PNP showed up.
Yes.
So everybody from the Inner Circle showed up. They were like, yo, we're about to put a fucking Manitoba melee on your ass. And they powerbombed Matt Hardy through the table. At one point, Kenny Omega got onto a crane, a lift, basically, for you to do work in the arena. Pushed that sumbitch up and did a moonsault off of it. That's what we want in fucking wrestling games. That's it, people. It's not hard. This was fun as shit.
And you know what? When he took the moonsault, I cringed because I saw his foot slip. So I'm like, oh God, please, please, please let him do...
Picture perfect.
Yes, it was a great moonsault. Great moonsault.
And truly the Ace was talking about the Judas Effect elbow before. And he said he loves the way Jericho hits it. And I agree. Jericho hits the Judas Effect on Kenny Omega here. They ended up power bombing him on top of the golf cart, I believe it was. Yep. He came off, and then did he get hit with the Judas Effect again? Or maybe it was after he got hit. There was a Judas Effect. Kenny Omega was out after all this shit. I can't put this all in order because this is how crazy this match was. Go back and watch it. Especially if you love the old video game. Just tell me if this is something you would want to see.
I'm trying to think. Did he go after another one?
I don't remember, dude. I think he hit him with one at the end.
Yeah, he did. He hit him with one at the end.
He said, who does the Judas Effect better than Jericho? I mean, Jericho's one is different than Andrade's. I love Andrade's on the sneak tip, but Jericho got this shit over, man. I remember at first everyone was like, oh, I won't believe that move. You believe that shit now. Yeah. When he hits that shit, you're like, yeah, you're done. You're cooked.
Especially at the speed that he's going. Mm-hmm. He's got a little bit of extra oomph when he has to land that move. So he's pretty quick still for his age.
Yes, and so Jericho and the Inner Circle pick up the victory here. They picked up the victory, and then it was in the perfect place because you could see in the background kind of like the big screen in Daly's place, and it said the Inner Circle, and it's just all of them flipping the bird, middle fingers up in the air.
Right.
Nobody gave a shit, and that's exactly what the Inner Circle should be. They've done some comedy stuff. This made them back to being, these guys are a badass faction. Mm-hmm. You need to take them seriously.
Definitely.
Let's see here. Sammy punching mofos. Sammy sold getting ran over. Shit made me cringe. What's going on, JPQ? What's up, brother? Good to see you in here, man. I loved you on the forum yesterday with Tiffany and Kyle as well. So giving JPQ a shout out. But this was fun to me. This is exactly what pro wrestling needed. It was just fun. I know that it gets wild sometimes when you're doing all this stuff. I was all right with it.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. This was definitely match of the night for me. And this was the match that was basically, I won't say basically, it was to a certain extent resurrected from the other company's hardcore division.
If they don't even use that word anymore.
Yeah, I know.
The B-Boy Skyline says, I love factions. Yeah, it's a great part in wrestling. And Jesus brought up when JR mentioned Okada during this. Yeah, they're slightly name-dropping New Japan a little bit, but I think every company does that because New Japan's great. And Jesus also said JR talked about the old Kenny shit. Yeah, Kenny Omega's doing just fine. I don't like when people are like, oh, Kenny Omega should be doing way more than this. No, Kenny's got to preserve his body because he's wrestling very differently. Not even. I think he just wants to keep up with everybody. He's trying to let other people shine. He's not out there for himself. He's at an EVP level. He's trying to be conscious of what I do could affect someone else, and I don't want to be put in that position.
Makes sense.
Let's see here. Broken Rockstar said, yes, the football field. It looked great. Also got the Lawnmower 3.0. Thank you for that 10% off code. It was 20%. 20%, B-Boy Skyline. Tell your friends. Tell your friends if somebody else needs it. Makes for a great gift.
Exactly.
Mother's Day's coming up this weekend, folks. Order your mom one. I don't care how weird it is. Nope. Anyway.
Not at all.
This was great. And like I said, I want to see this in the video games. I know people like Sick in the chat know what I'm talking about. I've been doing that whole video game series with Brian Williams. If you guys have not been checking it out on Tuesdays, please check it out. Next week will be the last week for it, and we're doing a Q&A. You can ask questions about the video games, wrestling-related questions, non-wrestling-related questions if you guys want. So please, throw me one or two, and then we'll try to answer them on the show. We need as many as we can. I think I'm going to set up something for that tomorrow. Let's see here. Jesus said, I think he will eventually get his main event time, probably just not anytime soon, wants other people to shine and step up. Not mad at it.
Nope, not at all.
Sick said 20% off, 100% smoothness. My man. Sick, you should be selling this.
Exactly.
Might have you cut a promo for one of these bad boys. But that was it for the AEW Dynamite show tonight. And before we sign off, I know that we said we would tell this story. So everybody, hold on. We're not leaving yet, Chris. Everybody, first, let's do our thumbs up. Was this a thumbs up show? I'm going to say yeah. Chat, put your thumbs up in the chat. Let us know if you thought this was a good show. Some people give it grades. Some people, Jesus usually does out of 10. Tell me what you guys honestly thought of the show.
Yes.
During that, Derek, I'm going to kick it over to you for Pizza Bitch. I guess we'll set this up first. Shall I?
Yes.
All right. So we went to this live event. This is the same show where MJF called me cue ball. I definitely did some things that I shouldn't have done in the photos with him since he stuck up his middle finger. It was fun, though. We enjoyed ourselves at this. We met the Lucha Bros. Cool as shit. They killed it in the main event with Colin Delaney, and I forgot what his partner's name is, but the tag team's To Infinity and Beyond or something like that. And we're sitting, getting ready to go into the show. We bought tickets, and it turned into like this standing room type of area. And I was with Rob, you, me, and my wife. My wife was pregnant at the time.
And Donnie was with us too.
No, Donnie wasn't there.
Donnie wasn't there?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Donnie's going to probably write us off for, you didn't tell me about this or something. So we were there, and we're sitting there waiting, to hopefully find a seat because my wife's pregnant.
Right.
And we're sitting there, and this lady tells us we can't stand where we're standing. There's nowhere else for us to go, and we can't stand where we're standing.
Right.
Because we're affecting their sales of this fucking pizza. So the F-bombs are about to fly out because this lady really pissed us off for this.
Yeah.
This fucking pizza lady, dude.
All right, mind you, this pizza is not the fucking greatest pizza ever, okay? But this bitch really treated it like that. So we're all standing, waiting, not intentionally standing in front of the food. Mind you, these people are still coming in. The show hadn't even started yet. People are still coming in. So we're waiting to find a seat in this small venue that they should have had more chairs for. They should have expected this.
Because they knew how many tickets they sold beforehand. They even said it was like their biggest selling show, I think they said.
Exactly. So we're just standing there. And this bitch had the audacity to basically say, I need you motherfuckers to move.
She didn't swear at us.
She didn't swear at us, but that's what she was thinking.
But here's the difference, though. There was another group of people standing very closely to us.
Right there. Right next to us.
And she didn't say a word to them. I don't want to speculate on the reason why. I could have went off for a completely different reason. But I eventually was just like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like...
And listen, I'm number one, like, dude, to say, like, yo, respect your elders, shit like that. I'll gladly do that as long as you're respecting me, too. This lady had no respect for any of us. And once that happens, I don't care if I get kicked out. I was just like, dude, fuck you. Like, don't talk to me like that. I paid money to come here just like everybody else, and that's fine. And eventually, some people got up because I think they were just there for, like, their son or somebody was getting a tryout or doing something, and they left. And they were like, here, you guys can have these spots. And I made sure that my wife got to sit down, and then we all had a chair eventually.
Right.
But this lady was just being a bitch for no reason. So, hence the story about pizza bitch. So, if you ever see somebody refer to that in the chat, that is where it came from.
Yes, and it was just like, you saying you want us to fucking move, but you see these motherfuckers right here standing right next to you. Well, we gotta serve. We gotta serve. Like, I don't give a fuck about you serving shit around here.
And Rob just said literally nowhere for us to move. You were cutting up pizza squares.
Right. That nobody was fucking buying at that time. You had just fucking put them out.
Basically, we just felt disrespected. And like I said, I'll be the first person to tell you, like, fuck off to your face. I didn't care. I don't care if that was someone's grandmother. Like, she was a bitch. Yeah, period. Like, so pizza bitch will be forever in infamy amongst us and as part of our jokes.
Yes.
PR Nightmare basically hit it in the chat. I will not repeat that, but that's what I was thinking in my head. Probably had that school trash pizza. Jesus said Buffalo Pizza's pretty good, but this wasn't like pizza to write home about. Like, it wasn't a big company where they got it
from.
This
was like
somebody's cousin's has a little pizzeria.
Like don't get me wrong. Like this was like, no disrespect, but this was like gas station pizza. Okay, there are some gas stations that have some good pizza or whatnot, but this wasn't the best fucking gas station pizza. Okay,
there's no such thing as good gas station pizza. If you get a roller dog from the gas station, you got a problem, bro. I'm seeing a lot of people giving the thumbs up. JPQ thumbs up. Jesus gave a thumbs up. Chris, I'm not seeing one person giving this a thumbs down tonight. So it looks like we're all on the same level when it comes to that. And Donnie, I knew Donnie was going to come out the woodwork. I still wish I was there. You should have came, bro. You should have came. They didn't want me to come. Bullshit. Don't paint that narrative. Don't paint that narrative. You're probably dating the pizza lady.
Yeah.
That's probably what's really going on here. This was Lockport.
Yeah.
Was it Lockport?
I think it was. No.
No, this was Tonawanda. Tonawanda Fire Hall. No, they don't, Derek. Fuck out of here. Buffalo only has wings. Don't you ever disrespect. But you come to Buffalo, you get fat, my brother. I'm telling you. I'll take you to the spots. All right? Broken Rockstar said it was school lunch pizza. Basically, fuck that pizza.
Yeah, it was school lunch pizza that basically made it look like it was top notch pizza.
I just want you guys to know, I moved closer to the mic. You're not gonna let Derek keep going off about this, because Derek will talk about this lady for the rest of his life because he gets pissed about it. Screw that
bitch.
Screw that lady. You can't say this once these commercials start popping up.
When the commercials come through, I got you, but until then, I'm laying waste.
Yeah, PR, remember this. Once we get the ads popping up, he's done with this swearing stuff. At least on this level with the F-bombs. But yeah, this was a great show tonight. I appreciate it. This is also Six's fault why we had to talk about this pizza bitch again. But I appreciate everybody who was in the chat tonight. Thank you guys so much for being in here to talk some AEW with us. This will be up on the live streams on there, audio only. Sometimes there's special YouTube things as well. And tomorrow I'm going to try and do a quick Money in the Bank preview. There's really not a lot to talk about, but I kind of want to give my preview beforehand for it. So maybe if you got time, maybe I'll get you on and we'll just do some quick predictions.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get 10-20 minutes and then we'll just do some predictions out of it. If you got the time.
I got the time, brother. Trust me.
Yeah. How much do you need to get the commercial stuff? I'm looking for watched hours, Jesus. So we're really close right now. I think if we have like a couple more big videos with lots of views, we'll get there. So I don't want to speculate right now on where it is. Just keep doing what we're doing.
I mean, well, we got what? What's it called this Sunday, right?
Money in the Bank.
There you go. That'll get us where we need to be.
Yeah. And we'll be back on Sunday for a Money in the Bank review. I'm interested in seeing what those matches are. Mm-hmm. So make sure you join us on Sunday for Money in the Bank and get your questions ready for Tuesday as me and Brian Williams get ready to wrap up our discussion about WWE games. With all that being said, this is it for me, Conrad Cushman, Derek Shelton, and all the peeps in the live chat for Everything Pro Wrestling. I appreciate and love you all. We are out. Peace.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
Everything Pro Wrestling, it's your boys from the Everything College Basketball Podcast and Facebook group. I'm Josh Burton, letting you all know that if you like the college game, that there's only one spot to come find all you need to know.
Yep, Josh, Peyton, and myself, Tyler. We are the three voices of ECB podcast and Facebook group. Peyton, tell them where they can find us and listen to us at.
Well, Tyler, you can find us on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and all other podcast hosting sites. Also, go join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups like Everything College Basketball.
So if you want everything you need to know about the collegiate game or have a passion for it, there's only one spot that you need to check out on a weekly basis or a daily basis with the Facebook group. That's Everything College Basketball. Now let's get back to Conrad informing you on everything pro wrestling and the workings around it.
Brother.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. For the fans, not many in this can understand, This the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans, not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling. They can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson. Yes.